Good evening, students. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Python video lesson number 18. In previous lesson, that is Python video lesson number 17, we studied how we can delete elements available in list with the help of del, remove, and then pop. I am sorry, in previous lesson, we studied the definition for clear, but we didn't write the program to explain the usage of clear. I just forgot in the previous lesson. First, we will see usage of clear. Then we will go for today's lesson. So as usual, I like to open Python first. Del and clear. I am creating one list here. Creating one more list. So first, I like to delete list one. Del is used to delete single element as well as more than one element with index. In addition to that, del is also used to delete the list variable itself. Now, I like to display the content of list. It will show error. We will check it up. Then we can conclude. Deleted. Run the program. So it shows error. List one is not defined. That means it's already deleted. We have to skip this line. No. That means we are creating one list here. That list is deleted here. Here it shows error. Good. Now whereas I like to clear. Now I like to print list 2. It shows empty error. Empty list. We will see empty list. Here we can display print 1 as well as print 2. See it here. This is list 1. This is list 2. Here del is there. Del deletes the list 1. That means the list 1 variable will be deleted. That means all the content, that is elements available in the list 1 will be deleted. In addition to that, list 1 variable itself deleted. Whereas in list 2, we are using clear. Clear only deletes or removes the elements only, not the variable. So your list 2 variable is still there. It contains empty list. It does not have any element. Whereas we are using del, it deletes the list variable itself. There are no more object. There are no more variable. If variable is not there, there is no meaning of either elements are available or not. Variable deleted. Inside the elements also will be deleted. Del is used to delete single element as well as more than element with the help of index. In addition to that, it deletes the list variable itself. Whereas clear deletes all the elements available in the list, but it gives empty list. Now we will see next concept, list comprehension. So first we will see the explanation for list comprehension, then you can understand. So this is the simplest way of creating list. Simplest way of creating list which conforms certain condition. So list comprehension, simplest way of creating list which confirm certain condition or which satisfy certain conditions. For example, I want to create one list. The list should contain only natural numbers. That means squares of the natural numbers up to 10. Up to 10. Already we know very well, we have to write the big program. So while using comprehension, it will within single line, we can finish it up. Okay, we should have one condition. In addition to that, we have to have one for loop. We have to declare one list. Everything will be in single line. So that is why list comprehension is the simplest way of creating list which confirm certain list. It has so many forms. We will see one by one. First is list comprehension without if. Without if. First function list comprehension without if. Syntax. Consider we should have list variable here within square bracket. Here we should have expression for in variable range. That's all. Very simple. That means we should have one expression here. For loop is here. In variable here one range. That's all. Now we will see example. This is list 1 is there. Here I double star 2 for I in. It should be afterwards. Variable in. I in range of. We have to specify the range here. That means 1, 11. Let's consider here list 1 contains just to explain you. I multiply first for loop will be executed 1, 10. That means this for loop will be executed for 10 times starting from 1 up to 10 because 11 minus 1. First I will be assigned with 1. Here I double star 2, that is exponential or power. 1 to the power of 2, that means number 1. 1 will be assigned to list 1 as a 0th element. Then I will be assigned with number 2. Okay, then 2 double star 2, 4 will be assigned to list 1. Similarly, 9 will be assigned, and then 16, 25, 36, and then 41, 64, 81, and then at last 100. That means squares of first 10 even numbers will be assigned to list 1 with the help of simple line. Otherwise, if you are not using list comprehension, the program will be very big. I will explain you both without list comprehension as well as with comprehension. First, we will see without list comprehension. PRG to explain. squares of first natural numbers. Ten natural numbers. So here first we have to declare one variable or list, and then we have to assign. Just consider squares is a one list, that is empty list. Initially it will be empty list. Empty list. Then we should have one for loop. We should have one for loop for I in range of 1, 11. 11 means 1 to 10. Then squares is a one list that should be appended with I double star 2. I double star 2. Here we can have I will be number 1. 1 double star 2 will be appended to squares. Okay, that's good. Now we will print. Now we have to print square. Square is the list. I'll say the program and then I'll run the program. CTR 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. That's good. But next we will see this is we are using one for loop, and then we are using append. We have declared one empty list. These first three lines can be combined as a single line with the help of list comprehension. Now we will see. List comprehensions. Here, put here squares equal to this line no more needed. Here within square bracket, then I double star 2 space. Here at last one. This column no more needed. This also no more needed. That's all. These three lines combined in a single line using list comprehensions. Once again, I'll explain you. Here for loop will be executed first. I will be assigned with number 1. Then I double star 2, that is power. 1 to the power of 2. 1 to the power of 2, that is 1. 1 will be appended into square. Then I will be assigned with number 2. 2 to the power of 2, that is 4 will be appended to squares. This process continues until I is assigned with 10. Now I is assigned with 10. 10 double star 2, that is 10 to the power of 2, 100. 100 will be appended to squares. Now we'll get print. We'll have 1, 4, 9 left. We will see CTR 1, 4, 9, 16. That's such a long program is converted into a single line. That is the usage of list comprehension. Now, list comprehension has so many forms. One form is without if. We are not using any if. We will see another form. With if, that is list comprehension with if. First we will have syntax and then we will go for the sample program. Underscore equal to here expression as it is for variable in range. Here if one condition. If with one condition at large square bracket. Here we are not using any if. Here we are using one if condition. Okay. So just consider expression for variable in range if one condition. If the condition is true, this expression will be assigned to list variable. Otherwise, the expression will not be assigned. Here we are not checking any condition. 1 to 10. Okay, the expression will be 1 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 2. Everything will be appended. Now, our aim is we want to assign only squares of even number. Only squares of even number. That means 2 to the power of 2, 4 to the power of 2, 6 to the power of 2, 8 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 2. I should be only even number. Example, list 1 equal to I double star 2 for I in range. Same thing, but here I need one condition. How we can find out one number is even number or odd number? That number should be modulus by 2. If the remainder is 0, it is assumed it is considered as even number. So I modulus of 2, that's equal to 0 across square bracket. Now list 1 contains, we'll check it up. First 1 will be assigned to I. Then this if block will be executed. After for, if block will be executed. Since here if block is not there, the expression will be directly appended to list. Here if block is there. First I will be assigned with number 1. Then 1 modulus 2 is not equal to 0, result will be 1. 1 double equal to 0, condition false. This expression will not appended to list. Then I will be assigned with 2. 2 modulus 2. The remainder is 0. 0 double equal to 0, condition true. In this case, 2 double star 2, that is 2 to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 2 will be assigned appended to list 1. Now 4 will be assigned. Then 3 will be assigned to I. 3 modulus 2 will be executed. Remainder will be 1. 1 double equal to 0, condition false. Then this expression will not appended to list 1. Similarly, I will be assigned with 4. 4 modulus 2, remainder is 0. 0 double equal to 0, condition is true. In this case, here 4 double star 2, 4 to the power of 2, 4 square, that will be 16 will be appended. Similarly, here 36, 25 will not assign, then 64, then 100. We'll get the output like this. I'll check it up. You can go for another program. List comprehension with if. Previously we are using without if. Squares equal to within square bracket I double star 2, then for I in range of same thing, range of 1 comma 11. Here we have to put if along with one condition, I modulus 2 double equal to 0, close bracket at last square bracket. That's all. Then print squares. If we are not using lift configuration, the program will be very much bigger. Inside the for loop, we have to use one if and then condition and then assignment. Everything is combined in a single line. I will explain you. First, I will be assigned with number 1. Then this condition will be evaluated. 1 modulus 2. The result will be number 1. 1 double equal to 0, condition false. This expression will not appended to squares. Then 2. I will be assigned with 2. 2 modulus 2, remainder will be 0. 0 double equal to 0, condition true. Then 2 to the power of 2. 4 will be assigned to squares. Okay. Similarly, you will get 4 and then 16, 36, 64, 100. We will see. Here 4, 16, 36, 64, 100. What will happen, sir? If you are having more than one condition, then we should go for nested if. One more form. Third one with nested if. Syntax list variable equal to within square bracket expression for variable in range, same thing. Then if we should have one condition number 1, then one space, again condition number 2 at last square bracket. Okay, so first variable will be assigned with starting value. The condition will be checked. If the condition was true, then condition 2 will be checked. If both the conditions are true, the expression will be appended to list variable. If the first condition is false, no need to worry about second condition. If the first condition is true, again we have to check it for next condition. Same condition, second condition also true, then only expression will be appended. If anyone is false, the expression will not appended to list variable. We will see here one example. List 1 equal to, but here we are using only one condition, that is even number, squares of even number should be appended to list variable. Next we will see evenly divisible up to 100. Evenly divisible, first evenly divisible by 5. First we have to find out that number is even number, and then we have to find out that number is divisible by 5. How we can find out that number is even? That is simple, modulus of 2. If the modulus of 2 gives 0, it is even number. Then how will you find out that number is divisible by 5? Same thing, we have to modulus of that number should be divided by 5. If the remainder is 0, that is divisible by 5. For example, number 5, first of all, it is not a even number, but it is divisible by 5. That number should not be appended to list 1. Consider 10. 10 is even number, that's okay. Then it is divisible by 5. That means 2 5s are 10. So 10 is appended to list variable. 15, you should not appended. 20, it should be appended. Then we have to write result as here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 as well as 100. These are evenly divisible by 5. We will see the expression here. I modulus of 2. For no need to worry about double star, directly we can assign I for I in range of 1, 101. 101. So 1 means 101 minus 1. First here if. First we go to condition, it is evenly divisible. First I modulus of 2, that should be 0, first condition. Then if I modulus of 5, that should be equal to 0. Here we are having 2 conditions. Similarly, we can have so many conditions here. If condition n, since we are having only 2 conditions, we can place it here itself. I'll explain. First, I will be assigned with number 1. 1 modulus 2, remainder will be 1. 1 double equal to 0, condition false. No need to worry about this one. This I will not assign it to list 1. 2, I will be assigned with number 2. 2 modulus 2, remainder is 0. This condition is true. Then it will come here. 2 modulus of 5, again remainder will be 2. 2 double equal to 0, condition false. This I will not execute. 3, this condition false. 4, this is true, but this is false. 5, this is true. Sorry, this is false. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 false, 8 true. This is false. 9, this is false. 10, it will be true. 10 modulus 2, remainder will be 0. Then it will come here. 10 models of 5, again remainder will be 0. Both condition is true. Then only value available in I will be assigned to list 1. Similarly, 11, this condition false. 12, this is true, this is false. 13, this is false. 14, this is true, this is false. 15, this is false. 17, 18, 19, then 20. This is true, this is also true. Likewise, we'll get output as 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, as well as, sorry, you won't get 30. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70, 90, 100. We will see with nested if. If you are having only one if condition, then go for if. If you are having more than one condition, better go for nested if. I here one more if. If I modulus 5, that's equal to 0. That's all. You can have evenly divisible by 5 up to 100. We need list of the natural numbers starting from 1 up to 100. That should be 101. Up to 100, evenly divisible. Yeah, list 1. Instead of square, we can put list 1. We'll save the program and then we can run the program. Here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. One thing I'll explain you. First, I will be assigned with the number 1. This condition is false. I will be assigned with number 2. This is true. This is false. 3, 4. This is true. This is false. 5. This is false. 6. This is true. This is false. 7. False. 8. True. This is false. 9. This is false. 10. This is true. This is also true. Both condition will be true. And then I value will be assigned to appended to list 1. Now list 1 contains 10. Similarly, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, as well as 100 will be appended to list 1. So this is the usage of nested if, list comprehension with nested if. So next we will study about list comprehension with if else. List variable equal to, here we should have expression for, sorry, we should have expression 1. Here we are having if else, 2 expression we needed. If condition 1. Previously we are having putting condition afterwards. Now we have to put condition 1 before. Then else. We should have one more expression. Expression 2. Expression 1 as well as expression 2. And then for variable in range. In this case, here expression 1 if, else expression 2 for, as well as start value will be assigned to variable. Again, the condition 1 will be evaluated. If the condition is true, expression 1 will be assigned to list variable. If the condition is false, expression 2 will be assigned to list variable. Here we are using only condition is true, value will be assigned. If the condition is true, again we will check the condition. This condition also true, the value will be assigned. Here, if the condition is true, one expression will be appended to list. If the condition is false, expression 2 will be assigned to list variable. Now we will see one example. Our aim is we want to create one list that contains text odd as well as even. For example, up to 10 numbers. Instead of number 1, odd should be appended. Instead of number 2, even should be appended. We need list that contains odd, comma, even, comma, odd, comma, even. Like this. We will see here. Here I have to list 1 equal to square bracket. Here within square bracket, within single quotes, odd. The condition is true, even. Here one condition, that is I modulus of 2, that should be equal to 0. Else, then expression number 2, that is odd. For I in range 1, 11. Here what will happen in list 1 contains, first as usual, loop will be executed. I will be assigned with number 1. Okay, then this if condition will be evaluated. 1 modulus of 2. Remainder will be 1. 1 double equal to 0. Condition false. The else block will be assigned. That is odd will be assigned first. Okay, then I will be assigned with number 2. 2 modulus 2. Condition true. 0 double equal to 0. Condition true. In this case, even will be assigned to appended to list 1. Then I will be assigned to I. Sorry, 3 will be assigned to I. 3 modulus 2. Remainder will be 1. 1 double equal to 0. Condition is false. Odd will be assigned. This process continues. Similarly, at last for 10, even will be assigned. That's all. You will see the program. So here, first even. If I modulus 2, that should be equal to 0. Else odd. For I in range of this one, up to 10. This is no more need. Now we will see even expression 1 if condition, else expression 2 for I in range of 1 to 11. First I will be assigned to 1. This condition will be evaluated. 1 modulus 2, remainder will be 1. 1 double equal to 0, condition false, odd will be assigned. I'll save the program and then I run the program. You will see the output. See here, odd, even, like this. I will be assigned with number 1. 1 modulus 2, that is remainder will be 1. 1 double equal to 0, condition false, odd will be assigned. Next, I will be assigned with number 2. 2 modulus 2, remainder will be 0. 0 double equal to 0, condition true. In this case, even will be assigned. So this process continues. Okay. Next concept we are going to study about is, in previous lesson itself we studied how we can create a list in different ways. One more way is there we'll use. Creating a list using list function and range. List function and then range. So already we know very well list equal to, this is empty list. Otherwise we can put list 1 equal to, inside we can put 10, 20, 30, 50. That's we know very well. 50. That's know very well. In addition to that, we can create a list with the help of list function as well as range. Consider we are having one sequence. The sequence may be string or tuple or list. Already we are having. So whatever available in the string, that should be copied into list. How? That we will see here. Syntax. First, list variable equal to list of within square bracket, within parentheses. Here we should have one sequence. The sequence may be string, list as well as tuple. This is string. We will see example 1. Consider we are having one string, str1 equal to success. This is one string. I want to create one list, that is list of within square bracket. This is str1. That's all very simple. That's all very simple. Otherwise, directly we can put that's all. Here list 1 contains S, U, C, C, E, S, again yes, likewise content. What will happen? List 2 equal to list of one more list, 1, 10, 20, 30. Now list 2 contains 10, 20, 30. That's all. So whatever elements available within single quotes, it should be considered as a string. Elements contained within square bracket should be considered as a list. So one more thing is that list 3 equal to list of, again one more bracket. Here 5, 15, 25. 5, 15, 25. Elements available within parentheses should be considered as tuple. 5, 15, 25. One more thing, already we know very well, range function. So range function is used to generate a range of values. With the help of range also we can create a list. Now we will see list 4 equal to list of within bracket. Here we have to give range. Range of 2, 11, 2. See, already we know very well, range 2, 11. This is a start, this is end. End means 10. 2 to 10. 2. This is a step. Then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These 5 values will be assigned to list 4. Now list contains 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's all. So creating a list using list and range. The syntax is 1. Syntax 1. Here we can have syntax 2. Same thing, instead of sequence, list is a function. Here list open bracket square bracket, list parenthesis within parenthesis, considered as a function. Here we should have range. That's all. Range is a function, list also a function. This is list of or list variable. This is list function. Inside the list function, we are using range. So with the help of list function also, we can able to create a list. First syntax is within list function, argument should be any one sequence. Sequence means it may be string or list or tuple, or the arguments will be range. Range is used to generate list of values or range of values. Now I will explain the program to explain how we can create a different kinds of list using list function as well as range function. List function and range function. First, list 1 equal to list of then list 1 is a variable, list is a function. Similarly, list 2 is a variable, list is a function. Here we can have within square bracket and then bracket. List 3 equal to list of, again one more parenthesis. This is tuple 10, 20, 30. Other you can put 25. Parenthesis for tuple, parenthesis for list function. Then list 4 equal to list of range 2, 11, 2. Range is closed, list function is closed. Now we will see list 1, 2, 3, 4. Change it as here 2, 3 as well as 4. Now we will see here what will be in list 1. List 1 contains S, U, C, C, E, S. Here list 2 will contain 10, 20, 30, 40. 30, that's all. Here 5, 15, 25. Here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'll save the program and then run the program. Here see first success 10, 20, 30, 5, 15, 25, 2, 4, 6, 8. Very simple. So list function is used to create list from sequence. Sequence may be string as well as list as well as tuple. In addition to that, list function is also used to create one more list using range. Okay, this is, in other words, we can call it as to convert string into list. List function is used. To convert tuple into list, list function is used. To convert list into list, we are having one list. That list should be copied into another list. For also list function can be used. The range of values generated by range function can be stored into one list with the help of list function. This is a way of creating list with sequence as well as range. Today I stopped here itself. Today we studied two concepts. One is important concept. That one is called as comprehension, list comprehension. This is here 4 concepts are there. Without if, expression, for, variable in range. Okay, here expression directly will be assigned without checking any condition. So next one is with simple if. That is with if the condition is true, expression will be appended to list. Here more than one conditions. More than one condition. If all the conditions are true, that is nested if, then only the expression will be assigned to list. That means appended to list. If else, if the condition is true, expression 1 will be appended to list. If the condition is false, expression 2 will be appended to list. The usage of list comprehension very simple. Simplest way of creating list which confirms certain condition. We are using one condition. Here also we are having condition. Here also we are having conditions. If we are not using comprehension, the program will become very, very large. Very, very large. For example, consider we want to create a one list which should contains, here we can, which should contains evenly divisible by 5. Now we have to use one for loop. Inside the for loop, we have to have two if statement. Two if statement. If I modulus of 2 and then if I modulus of 5 and then we have to use append. The program will contain so many coding. So with the help of comprehensions, a big program can be simplified into a single line. This single line is enough instead of writing a very big program. That is the usage of list comprehension. Next, we studied about how we can create list with the help of list function and then range. With the help of list function, we can create a list from sequence as well as range. Here sequence means string, list as well as tuple. Range generates range of values. These values can be appended into one list. That is what we studied today. I stopped here itself. I hope all of you enjoyed this lesson. In next lesson, we will study a little bit more. Until then, thank you students. Bye-bye.